What's going on, everybody? This is Turorial 99, and today we're going to be covering the care and feeding of clones, the medical bay, and jump clones. Now, being a nullsec player, jump clones and cloning in general tends to be pretty important, because we die a lot. So, we're going to go ahead and cover the medical bay first. As you can see, you click on the medical service. Now, not all high-sec stations have it, but quite a few do. All null-sec outposts have it. The player-created ones do. Now you can see the grade of clone that you have, how many skill points it maintains, and you can see the location of your medical clone. My medical clone happens to be located in VFK TAC IV, also known as the capital of the Goonswarm Federation. Because, hey, those are the guys I roll with. That's where most of our fleets form up, so always good if you find yourself getting pod killed to end up right back there. You can go down here to the bottom, you can change station. Now the first thing you'll notice is there's quite a list, but the list is a little deceptive. You can only set up medical clones where you have now your starting school station. Of course, for me is obviously School of Applied Knowledge, so I can set a clone there remotely. And you can own the other places will be the station you're currently in, which as you can see, OP-TAC F3K, same system I'm in, and stations where you have a corporate office. As you can see, CU9, my corporation has an office there. So it's you always want to be sure to set it close to where you're operating. It always stinks to get potted and then find out, oh, you're a Mimitar character and you never changed where your medical clone was, so you're all the way back in Mimitar's base, and you lived up here in Declan. Enjoy those 100 jumps home. Always important to keep track of. The next option is to upgrade your medical clone. You'll see your current number of skill points, and then you can just scroll down. Now I can't scroll down any further. I have a Mew clone grade which keeps 20 million, so I'm good. But anytime you get potted, you end up going back down to clone grade alpha. So you want to remember to upgrade your clone to be able to hold your skill points. Because if you don't, yeah, you lose 5% of the difference. One of our fleet commanders found that out the hard way. He got potted. He got potted and he only had an alpha grade clone. So he lost 5% of the difference, and you lose it in the skill that has the highest skill training level and skill multiplier. So, yeah. He lost his in Fleet Command 5, which I'm going to pull up here. Leadership, Fleet Command, 12 times multiply skill. He had that trained to 5. So he lost the difference in his skill points, 5% of the difference, which was quite a bit. He lost it in the Fleet Command 5. So he has to train for like 30 days to get it back. It is a huge pain in the butt. I've done things that I've regretted and lost. I've lost Mimitar Cruiser 5 on 2 characters because I didn't check. They were just over the limit where they'd have to get a skill, a new clone. And Genius here didn't do it. And I was using a Podkill Express, which I'll explain in a sec. I get a little message. Hey, welcome to your new clone, but you lost so many skill points in Which Are Cruiser 5. Skill takes 21 days to train fully. I gotta train it for another 3 days. It's like, aww. But that should cover that. Now we have jump clones. Now obviously I don't have a jump clone in this station because, well, I'm sitting in my jump clone that's at this station. Jump clones are a very nice little feature. They allow you to jump around to various places in the EVE universe. As you can see here, I have 4 jump clones. Because the number of jump clones you're allowed to have is based on your skill in a science called infomorph psychology. There it is. Infomorph psychology. I can train to get another one. It'll be about 5 days. So I'll probably end up training that because, well, being able to station little guys you can jump around to every 24 hours is kind of nice. Now you can also see what implants they have. Of course, me being in nullsec, I don't fly with implants. This fella is located in highsec, so no one's going to really jack with them there, especially over a set of +3s. Then of course we have my 2 null and my low sec jump clone. So that should pretty much cover it. Now of course I can do this in Empire, not in Empire, but in nullsec, because all these guys, all these stations, like the BKG station, is owned by friends of ours. The VFK station is owned by goons who are friends of mine. So I have, +10 standings. In Empire, you have to get 8.0 standings with that corporation before they'll let you use a jump clone service. Yeah, pain in the butt. However, I do recall hearing about a corporation that did nothing but provide jump clone services. I'll have to look it up on the forums here. I'll post a link in the description. I'll be sure to do that when we get done recording, though, because supposedly they allow you to make jump clones almost anywhere using their corporation standing. So you join the corp for you train up the skills to 5, you join the corporation, you hop around, make all your little jump clones, and then you either quit the corporation or they kick you out after 3 days to make sure they don't lose corp standings. So pretty nice little setup. Now you'll notice it says next jump clone available 9 hours 16 minutes. I jump clone to this clone from VFK, so I'm on a cooldown. That's just kind of the way it goes. Now there is an alternative way that you can move around in space, but it does cost you. Basically what you do, you go into your capsule, and then you undock. First you use your medical clone service to change station to a station you want to be at. So if you're joining a corporation, like if you're joining a nullsec alliance, you get all your logistics and stuff set up for your guys to get your crap moved down there. You set your clone to your corporation office. Then you undock. once you have undocked, right-click your ship, or you can also right-click your capacitor. Self-destruct. Now, self-destruct your capsule. Obviously, I'm not going to do it because, well, I am where I need to be. So you right-click, choose self-destruct again. You have aborted your self-destruct sequence. Yay. Go ahead and reapproach the station. Now, ideally what happens, your clone is upgraded, your medical clone is set to the station you want to be in. You undock, you self-destruct. You wake up in the station you want it to be in. The first thing you do is you go into medical and you re-upgrade your bloody clone. Don't be like DVRB and lose a major skill and have to train for another 30 days to get it back. But other than that, it's pretty cut and dry. As you're training more and more skills, you always just kind of want to keep an eye on, where your skills are in relation to your clone. You can do that on your character sheet. As you can see, skill points is displayed at the top, as well as the current clone grade and its capacity. So you always want to keep an eye on that, especially if you're in a position where you're prone to losing your pod a lot, like living in low-sec or null-sec or wormholes. But it's just even if you don't, it's a good habit to get into, because, things happen and pod people, and even in high-sec, they take the sec status hit, or if you get war decked, they can pod you there without taking any kind of sec status hit, so want to keep an eye on that. It'll save you much heartache and tears later on, and having to retrain the latest pain-in-the-ass skill you just got to 5. But that should pretty much cover the medical bay. It's pretty cut and dry. Comments, questions, requests, leave them in the description. You can follow me at Urzio99 on Twitter, and you can contact me in-game at Urzio99 or at Urzio99@gmail.com. Thanks for watching. Fly safe out there.